Hello and welcome to this week's Battle of the Ports and Hokuto no Ken, better known as Fist of the North Star in English. This is Arc System Works, the Thomas Wave arcade hit that was first released into Japanese arcades on December 7th, 2005. The game is based on the first half of the original manga and uses characters as they were depicted in the 1980s manga and in the anime series. The voices of the playable characters are all performed by the original voice actors, with the exception of Kenshiro and Rei, who are both played by new actors. It also includes the original title music, but I've got to be very careful about playing that due to copyright. The game is similar to the Guilty Gear series in how it plays, but some aspects of the mechanics are slightly different. 7 stars of the Hokuto. Below each character's life bar is a gauge with 7 stars in the shape of the Big Dipper. Special moves, supers and some common normals can remove varying numbers of stars. Once empty, a final Death Star or Shichose will light up, and then the other player can perform a special fatal KO that can instantly defeat them, regardless of the life bar, similar to the instant kill attacks in Guilty Gear. Boost. Boost is one of the many meters in the game, displayed above the aura meter in the game's HUD. The bar is divided into 3 sections or stocks. Using a boost with the boost special button allows the player to cancel a move after it hits, similar to Roman cancels in Guilty Gear. Aura, used to perform super moves and god cancels, similar to alpha counters. The gauge can hold up to 2 stocks. The first stock fills the gauge up with blue, the second stock fills the gauge up with gold. When at least one stock is ready, text reading God Fist Blow appears next to the gauge. If the player's opponent has lost all his stars, it will read Deadly Fist Blow. So you may be thinking that this game is rather complicated, and while at first it may seem that way, once you get into it, you'll soon figure things out.
Lose.
The first official port came to the PlayStation 2 on March 27th, 2007 by Arc System Works. This port is very faithful to the arcade original, plus throws in a load of extras, such as stereo audio, a history section, and many options to tweak, including switching on or off anti-aliasing. But why would you have that on a 2D game? Well, as with most PlayStation 2 games, this is interlaced, unlike the arcade, which is progressive scan. That means that this game can look a bit messy at times, whenever there is a fast movement. The anti-aliasing helps hide this, but also softens the image somewhat. In this footage, any section that has Ken as player 1 is with anti-aliasing off, while any footage with Toki as player 1 has the anti-aliasing switched on. So besides the difference in image quality, is everything else arcade perfect? Well, the animation seems intact and the loading is just the same as the arcade machine, so that's all good. Sadly, the sound samples are lower in quality, which in most cases you may not notice, but there certainly are times I could notice some lower resolution audio samples. Still, that's just nitpicking. Overall, this is a fantastic port with some lovely extras. On November 19, 2020, a very talented individual going under the name of Megavolt85 ported Hokuto no Ken to the Dreamcast as part of his Thomas Wave ports. But how does the arcade game run on the Dreamcast? Well, the Thomas Wave basically is a modified Dreamcast, just like the Naomi arcade board. But what makes this 100% arcade port perfect is that it runs on the Dreamcast with zero compromises. Sadly, this port was released with the English title screen and the audio set to mono, just like the arcade version. So it is not possible, as far as I know, to enter the game's settings via the Dreamcast console, but via emulation it is. This will allow you to select the Japanese title, but to be fair, I wanted to show the game running on real Dreamcast hardware, just as I showed the PlayStation 2 version running on real PlayStation 2 hardware. Sadly, I bought a new RGB cable for my Dreamcast just for this video, and as you can see, it sucks. The image quality is very soft. Looks like I've got to buy a new cable. And let's take a look at all those versions of Hokuto no Ken running side by side.